SavageOrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Cliff, as part of the Social Justice Game Changers program, tonight you guys will be honoring Monica May. I know you had the chance to speak with her during the Town Hall series. Just how impressed were you with her and the way the program's going?
I mean, first of all, it was, a privilege really to have that time or to be involved in that panel, with her as the, really the leader, and obviously she's been involved in this work in this city for a long time. And again, it's a great way to honor her, and all the work that she's done. And I think that the program that Isu designed, for this month it's been great. I was involved in one. I got a chance to watch one of the others, and I'm gonna watch them all once we get to the break here. But it's a great concept, a great idea. And I think, again, despite the limitations that we have because of the pandemic, hopefully it shows people how committed the Magic are to helping, make the positive and sustainable change that we need.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, we haven't had the chance to ask you about Detroit. What are your impressions of the Pistons and some of the concerns you have heading into this?
Well, I mean, as all of Dwayne Casey's teams, very well prepared, hard playing, and they're living in the paint. They drive the ball into the paint, they cut through paint, where the Plumlee playmaking, very similar to what he did in Detroit, is a problem. Jeremy Grant is playing at a high level, and they're always good defensively. But it's going to start tonight with keeping the ball out of the paint, the drives, their pick and rolls, their cuts, and then their second shots.
Dan Savage.
Cliff, how pleased have you been with your group's pace over the last 4 games? The numbers seem to be improving there. And then on the other side of things, how key is it against the Pistons? They seem to give up some, points in transition and off turnovers. How key of an area will that be tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we're still trying to find our tempo. I mean, the other night again, I mean, we played actually a pretty good defensive game, and we give up too many points in transition. And I don't know if it's part of it is, I mean, if you want to look deep into the numbers of where our guys are from I wouldn't call it conditioning, but we have some guys obviously who have played huge minutes and at a huge a usage rate that's very difficult, and we're just not getting back in transition. So when we run, it's helping some parts of our game and it's really hurting others, and we've got to find that whatever the line is between good and bad, because all I know is this with our team is that if our defensive transition numbers don't improve, it's going to be hard to win consistently.
Alex Fleming, Florida Sun.
How you doing, Coach?
Good.
Considering what happened last year in the bubble and how this season started and all of the injuries, the hell that you've went through so far coaching this team, how important is it to protect home?
Oh, I mean, this is, we've talked about that from the beginning of the season. If you look at last year, we were not, we weren't a good home team. Obviously before we got to the bubble, we didn't play great at Amway. I think we were maybe 16-15 or something like that, barely above 500. And we've been inconsistent at home this year. I mean, I'm hoping that our play the last 2 weeks has been better. We're coming off 2 good home wins here, and we have, 5 out of 6 here at home before the break. So it's an important part of the schedule, and winning at Amway, whether we have fans or not, is going to be something we're going to have to do if we want to be a playoff team.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, how will you start tonight against the Pistons? And, assuming that there are, no late scratches at the last second, just having the same grouping in terms of, number of players for 2 consecutive games, how much of a luxury does that seem at this point in the season?
Oh, it's great. I mean, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna play matchup basketball here from now to the break, and then we'll see who we have at the end. But tonight we'll start MCW, Evan, James, Chief will start, Farouk will start at the 4. They're smaller, and it gives us a better matchup, and we can work the minutes out that way. And then Booch will start at the 5.
Any final questions? Go ahead, Dan.
Cliff, what have you seen out of Chief since his return? What have you been pleased with his play?
Well, I think he's just a good basketball player. I mean, he's obviously experienced and he has a defensive mentality. He brings a toughness and I think an intelligence level to the floor that helps any team function at both ends. And he's feeling better and better, which is obviously we're watching. He's still under pretty significant minute restrictions, but we're able to bump those up a little bit tonight. So listen, if he can come back and get back to obviously and be the player he has been during his career, it could give us a big boost.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, everyone.